And you know how I don't like cilantro?
Yeah.
And I've heard that's a genetic thing. I think that makes me a super taster. Do you think I'm a super taster?
I think you're super at everything.
Ding!
Yeah.
Points for Doug.
So apparently super tasters are a thing, and
I threw you off looking at you.
You're so pretty.
Husband's point number 2.
3 points and I win.
What do you win? Never mind.
So apparently super taster is an actual thing, and it is caused by genetics. So it's caused by a pair of genes, and it's one of 3 possible states. So it's either missing entirely, in which you are not a super taster. God. So it's either missing entirely, and you're not a super taster, or it's recessive, and you'll be a little bit of a super taster, or it's dominant, and you will be a dominant super taster.
Dominance.
That's not good.
Husband's losing point.
Oh, dang it! I was so close.
So the way this plays out is that super tasters generally have aversions to certain foods. They taste things more intensely, and that sometimes makes them dislike certain vegetables like Brussels sprouts and broccoli. This is supposed to be a protection that if you taste a harmful chemical, that you wouldn't eat that thing, although broccoli seems relatively benign.
Loaded with terrible chemicals. I knew it! Toxic. And in this modern day and age, you can actually buy a kit off of Amazon to figure out if you are a super taster. It has little paper strips, and on each paper strip, it has a chemical, one of these actual toxic chemicals, but in a very small amount. And so if you taste it, and it tastes bitter, or maybe a little bit of that umami flavor, or sometimes maybe even sweet, then you know that you can taste the special chemical. They also include a control that doesn't have any chemicals on it either, so if you're lying, we'll know. So we bought one of those kits off of Amazon, link in the description below, and we're gonna take that test, and since it's genetic, we also have our kids take the test as well and see what they inherited, besides my incredible good looks. And my goatee, better than your goatee.
Oh dear. Husband's losing another point.
Since it's genetic, we thought, we'll have some of our kids take the test too. Some of the ones we love.
So the way this experiment works is that there are 4 strips for us to taste. We'll each put one of the strips in our mouth for 2 to 3 seconds, and if we taste something other than just plain old paper, we'll know that that's a positive result in our list.
Luckily, I have lots of paper eating experience, so this will be really straightforward, yeah.
So that the taster doesn't know what's gonna happen, we will randomize the order of the strips given.
Trust me, it's confusing for us.
If at any point you taste something on the strip, that is a positive result and means that you are some kind of super taster. Depending on how many strips you taste will determine what kind of super taster you are. Either not a super taster at all, a normal super taster, a recessive super taster, or a dominant super taster.
So let's gather everybody up and we'll sit here one at a time and taste these lovely paper strips. Do you think you're a super taster?
Yes, I do.
Really?
I think I'll have a mild super taste effect.
Mild super taste.
Yeah.
Okay. What makes you think that?
I like food. Which side do I lick? I don't taste anything.
Okay.
That was unpleasant. It tastes different,
It tasted different than the first strip.
but I don't think I taste anything. Ugh. That's bitter. No, that's 100% bitter. It's still there. Oh, it's still there. I went too deep in the throat. I gagged myself.
Maybe you don't stick it in quite as far.
I don't need to hold it in that. That's umami.
You think that's umami?
Oh. None of these are good. Nothing.
Paper.
Paper.
What? Is it a latent aftertaste?
Slightly sour.
So based on that, do you think you're a super taster still?
Mild.
Okay.
I'm not excited.
Do you think you're a super taster?
I don't know.
Well, let's find out, I guess.
It doesn't taste like normal paper, I don't think.
Okay, is it bitter? Is it sour?
A little sour.
A little sour. It's different from the first one, but it's just
It just seems like normal paper.
with all your vast paper eating experience.
It kind of tastes sweet. don't know.
I don't know what any of this means.
I don't either.
That's why it's a double blind test. I don't know nothing about nothing. You don't know nothing about nothing.
That one's bitter. Ugh.
You have water. Thank you for your participation. We shall have your results mailed to you in 4 to 6 weeks. Also, it'll be a $300 processing fee. Do you think you're a super taster?
I think so, in a category or two. This is strip number 1. I don't taste anything. Yeah, I taste that. I'm gonna say umami.
Well, you're all business. There's no entertainment here.
Sorry. Strip number 3. Uh-oh, stuck to my lip. I don't taste anything.
Why are you looking at me?
I don't taste anything. It's like a full meal here. 4 whole strips. I don't taste that.
Okay. Still feeling super?
Not so much. So, do you think you're a super taster?
No, not even a little bit.
Why not?
Me. Oh, okay. That's bitter.
Okay. I kind of guessed that you would be bitter because you can't stand grapefruit.
You'd think I'd be bitter. Not a super taster, just bitter. All right, number 2. That's also bitter, just less so. I have trouble getting this one in my mouth. I don't taste anything. That tastes like a little teeny tiny little bit sweet, but I don't. That was great. I'm learning a ton about myself. Well worth it. You should try it too. Links in the description below. How about you? Do you know if you're a super taster or not? Let us know in the comments below. Let's get on to our results. We tasted paper. What did we learn?
Well, I learned that I am a normal super taster. I only tasted 1 of the strips, so that means I have 1 recessive super tasting gene.
And I am a dominant super taster. The best, the biggest, the hugest, the most amazing super taster. Of course, I don't understand, it's not a good thing though. It's a list of stuff that's gonna taste bad to you. I thought that I actually wasn't because I like broccoli and a few other of the things on the list. But looking at that list, there are several things on there that, yeah, no, I don't really like the flavor of.
Grapefruit.
Yes. Beer, yeah, so there you go. I'm amazing.
It does make me feel a little better when you don't like something that I make that is obviously contains ingredients that you taste differently than other people.
Yeah, maybe we should stop using those ingredients.
Well, I should eat them sometimes, right? I should get my way sometimes.
Absolutely, always.
Ah, husband point.
Back in the positive.
Now the children, not surprisingly, with a blend of our 2 genes. I thought you would jump in. Now our kids with a blend of our 2 genes
Are dominant and amazing. Dominant super tasters. We're gonna take over the world. So the weird thing with genetics is because it is 2 different genes that make this up, I could be dominant none, dominant recessive, or dominant dominant. The fact that all of our kids showed the dominant gene means more than likely I'm dominant dominant, but you know, we don't have a lot of data points. Maybe we'll have to go make another data point right now.
Is that a husband point or not?
I don't know, that was worth 2.
And since one of the supposed hallmarks of a super taster is that they can be particularly picky eaters, I am just so thankful that ours have not been picky eaters.
Yeah, it's probably for the fact that we're not feeding them paper with chemicals on it. This chemical paper is bitter. I don't like it.
So after all that, it turns out that the soapy cilantro thing is an entirely different gene to the super tasting gene, so they aren't even related.
Oh, I'm glad we ate all that paper. As always, hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe, hit the bell, and we'll see you next time.